Hey everybody. So let's be honest. Most people scroll through PlayStation Plus, download one game, and completely ignore the rest. They open the catalog, they see a wall of titles, maybe they recognize one or two, and then they just default to whatever feels familiar. But right now, PS Plus is actually stacked with high rated action games. And some of them are way better than people realize, like hidden time sinks, the kind of games that you try just for a bit and suddenly it's 2 a.m. So in this video, I'm breaking down 5 action games that are on PS Plus right now that are all rated 80 or higher on Metacritic. And by the end of this video, one of these games might completely take over your free time. So let's get into it. So at number 5, we have Lords of the Fallen. We start with the game that a lot of people downloaded, played for maybe an hour, and then quietly dropped. And honestly, I get why. This game doesn't ease you in, it throws you straight into the deep end and basically says, figure it out. But if you stick with it, there's something really interesting here. Lords of the Fallen is a full on Souls-like, but with a mechanic that actually sets it apart from everything else in the genre. You're not just exploring one world, you're constantly shifting between two, the living realm and the world of the dead. And this changes everything. Paths that don't exist in one world might exist in the other, secrets, shortcuts, entire routes, hidden unless you know when to switch. And dying doesn't just reset you, instead, you get pulled into this darker, more aggressive version of reality. In there, everything is more dangerous, and you have one chance to fight your way back. So instead of just learning enemy patterns, you're learning two versions of the same space at the same time. Now, yeah, it's tough. This is not a sit back and relax kind of game. You have to pay attention, you have to commit. But if you like that feeling of slowly mastering something, of going from getting destroyed to finally dominating an area that used to feel impossible, this game delivers. It's not perfect, but it's one of those games that rewards patience more than almost anything else on this list. At number 4, we have Blasphemous 2. Now, this one is for a very specific type of player. If you like your games fast, tight, and a little bit punishing, this is for you. Blasphemous 2 doesn't waste your time. From the moment you start it, it demands precision. Every enemy attack matters, every dodge matters, every decision matters. Because one mistake, that's sometimes all it takes. The combat is all about control. You're weaving between attacks, parrying at the last second, positioning perfectly, and when it clicks, it feels incredible. But what really separates this game is the atmosphere. The art style is dark, detailed, and honestly kind of unsettling sometimes, but in a way that feels intentional. Every enemy design feels symbolic, every environment feels heavy. There's this constant sense that the world itself is working against you. And that tone carries into everything. The bosses feel intimidating, the environments feel oppressive, even the sound design adds tension. So when you finally beat that boss you've been stuck on, it's not just relief, it's satisfaction, the kind you actually remember. So if you want something that challenges your reflexes but always feels fair, this is easily one of the strongest action experiences on PlayStation Plus right now. Okay, so at number 3 we have Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. All right, so we're switching gears completely. If the last game was about control, this one is about chaos, pure chaos. Space Marine 2 throws you into massive battles where enemies just keep coming, and the game never really gives you a break, but that's the whole point. You're not supposed to feel comfortable, you're supposed to feel overwhelmed, and then somehow push through anyway. And the combat loop is insanely satisfying. You're constantly switching between gunplay at range, aggressive melee combat, brutal executions up close, and it all flows together seamlessly. You're not just fighting, you're surviving moment to moment. But the real highlight here is the scale. There are moments where you're standing your ground and you just see waves of enemies charging towards you. Dozens, sometimes hundreds. And instead of slowing down, the game leans into it. It pushes you harder, it forces you to stay aggressive. If you hesitate, you're done. And if you're playing with friends, it gets even better because now it's not just survival, it's coordinated chaos. Those moments where everything is falling apart, but somehow your team pulls it together at the last second, that's where this game shines. So if you want something loud, intense, and non-stop, this is one of the most fun co-op action games available right now. At number two, we have Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Now, this might be the biggest surprise on the list because at first glance, it doesn't look like a typical action game. It's technically an RPG, but once you actually start playing, you realize pretty quickly the game is doing its own thing and it fully commits to it. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is unpredictable in the best way possible. One minute you're deep in a serious emotional story moment, and the next you're doing something completely ridiculous. And somehow it works. The combat is flashy, creative, and constantly evolving. You're unlocking new abilities, experimenting with different builds, and every fight feels like an opportunity to try something new. But what really hooks people is the world. It's alive, it's weird, it's packed with distractions. It has side activities that feel like entire games on their own, stories that pull you in when you least expect it. This is the kind of game where you sit down thinking, I'm gonna play for an hour, and then suddenly 3 hours are gone. You don't even notice. If you skip this because it looked too weird, too different, it's not your thing, that's exactly what you should give it a shot because once it clicks, it really clicks. And at number one, we have Marvel's Spider Man 2. And I mean, this one probably isn't a surprise, but there's a reason it's here. Spider Man 2 is just polished and in a way that most games don't quite reach. The movement alone, that's enough to carry the entire experience. Swinging through the city, building momentum, chaining abilities, it feels smooth, fast, and incredibly satisfying. And it never really gets old. But then you layer everything else on top. It has fast, fluid combat, seamless transitions between traversal and fighting, cinematic story moments that actually land, two playable characters with different styles, and everything just works. There's no friction, there's no awkward systems, there's no moments where you feel like the game is holding you back. It just lets you play. And within minutes, you get it, that feeling of control, of speed, of flow. Even if you've already finished it before, this is one of those games that's easy to come back to. Just to swing around, just to fight a few enemies, just to exist in the world for a bit. Out of everything on this list, this is the one that feels the most complete. So yeah, PlayStation Plus right now is actually kind of stacked. You've got slow methodical challenge with Lords of the Fallen. You got fast precision combat with Blasphemous 2. You got large scale chaos with Warhammer 40K. You got deep, unpredictable RPG systems with Like a Dragon. And you got one of the most polished action games out there with Spider Man 2. And it's all in one place. You just have to know where to look. So now I'm curious, which one are you downloading first? And is there one you think that should have made the list? Now, if you want more breakdowns like this, what's actually worth your time and what's not, please consider subscribing to my channel. I will catch you on the next video. Thank you.